Do you think mansplaining is a real thing?
Mansplaining?
Here we go with this sexist bullshit.
Man what?
Plaining? Like explaining manhood? Or manscaping? Or what is that?
Oh, you're talking about men wanting or liking to explain everything like
Yes, that's exactly what I'm talking about. I knew what mansplaining was, and I was pretty certain they knew it too. I just had to get them talking long enough to prove it.
No, of course they don't know what it means. I mean, they don't sit on Facebook every day trying to figure out and find out reasons to give out. I mean, you're probably a middle-aged woman who's realised that no man wants her and now you hate them. I mean, imagine I made a video called, Is Womansplaining Real? There'd be uproar, and there'd be a dick hunt.
Do you ever interrupt people when they're trying to tell an anecdote or something like that?
Not at all.
I mean, look at the disbelief on her face. I mean, as the fella said, no, not at all. I mean, it's like she's just only realising it's clicking in her head that mansplaining isn't actually a thing. And that people, women do it, where we interrupt each other and all. It's just human, and it's not just really human, it's rude, but people do it. And it's not just men. I've gone out loads of times where I have my mate who's a lad and I have a mate that's a girl who are both always, well, you know, mansplaining technically, even though it's not a fucking word, and it really pisses me off.
You never interrupt people?
No, I don't do that myself, so I haven't seen that in my workplace at all.
Oh.
So.
Well, I don't ever do that. I've learned to keep quiet, so my opinions stay here and don't reach this part.
I've given up, so I'm just along for the ride nowadays.
Now, it
I
doesn't...
used to drive the bus, but now I'm just a passenger.
Okay, he wouldn't let her speak, but I felt that the tiny woman was trying to communicate with me.
Communicate? She's like fucking 5. I mean, I'm pretty sure she doesn't know all this bullshit that's going on with mansplaining and all that. What's she gonna fucking say? Yeah, men talking, always talking and interrupt me. She's about 5. She's there smacking her balloon around and she's just happy away, and then you're there annoying her and you're calling her a little woman. She's a kid. I don't know what's going on with this world anymore. I actually don't know.
So I followed her wordless directions and started talking to women. Have you ever been interrupted by a guy?
All the time.
Like, why isn't there a question also, have you ever been interrupted by a woman? I'm pretty sure a lot of people would say yes. And I'm not being sexist, I mean, I'm just saying, like, a lot of people would say yes, the same way they say for men. Why is it always one-sided? Why isn't these questions being asked for both sexes? I mean, if feminism is about equality and all that shit, why is it all one-sided and there's no questions? All the bad questions that are for men aren't being asked for the same as for women.
Where do you get interrupted the most? Like at work or when you're in conversation with friends?
You know, maybe we should actually be like that guy on the seat who just doesn't give a fuck.
By my husband mostly. He can't help it. I think it's stronger than his will.
In my family, most of the time, my dad maybe interrupts me and says, "No, this is not right," and I'm like, "It is." This is like a man thing you have in your head.
This is a man thing in your head. It's your dad. He probably does know more than you. You look about 20, 30, and you're probably asking out parties, probably your boyfriends and all, saying he disagrees with them, and maybe he's made the right decisions. He's wiser, he's older, and you're giving out about him, saying that's a man thing in his head. I don't understand this.
It made me wonder, what was this man thing inside their heads? I wanted to crack one open like an egg, but my producer, who is a man, told me no.
I think that sometimes when a man just knows he's right, he's right.
You know, I'm not going to give out. I'm not going to be one-sided like she is, or this video is. I'm going to be on both sides. And this man is after fucking it up for us. He's after making it look like men are absolute idiots who think we know everything and we're right about everything. I'm not going to be one-sided about it. It's not fair. You know, he's probably joking. You know, he's most likely joking, but... And if he's not, he's an asshole, but... You know, that not every man thinks that way. I don't, and I know a lot of men don't.
Hey, I mean, maybe sometimes women talk for too long. That's it.
Talk for too long?
He's actually right with that one. There was actually a study showing that women do talk longer than men, and you can't lie about science. Science is right about everything.
I mean, we can kind of explain the same thing, but twice as fast.
I don't necessarily think men interrupt women, but I think sometimes in conversation you have to interrupt certain people
I think it depends on the type of man you are. I've never really felt that men interrupt women. I actually feel women interrupt men.
Had he given her his man thing?
What? No, maybe she's just intelligent and she actually knows mansplaining isn't a real thing and that everyone is equal. Unlike you, who's an absolute idiot.
So he never interrupts you.
No, I really don't.
Suddenly, the little woman's message became so clear to me. Men don't know when they're talking.
I do see myself interrupting at times. I don't do it on purpose. It just happens.
If you know that you're being a misogynistic person, then you can at least know how to change it. But if you don't realize that what you are doing is
naive,
demeaning to people,
I like the way throughout the whole video she's given about men interrupting, and then she exactly does that, the same thing that she's given out about.
well, then you're not gonna know how to fix it. The bigger problem is that men don't realize that they're mansplaining when they do man.
So either he's trying to get into her pants, or he identifies himself as a woman. Can I say that? I don't know anymore the amount of identities people can have. Yeah, you know, I've identified myself as a tree.
So what do you think is going to happen to me when I go home with him now?
He'll correct you and tell you actually how he doesn't interrupt you. Yeah.
I can deal with that.
Oh, sexism again. But like, who cares, since it's only sexism towards men.
I was scared for her. I hope she's okay.
This woman's actually such a fucking idiot. She's acting like your man actually beats her or something for interrupting her.
I thought that naming this phenomena would allow us to see it more clearly, but the denial was deafening. I reflected upon the practices of the little woman. Speak softly and carry a big balloon.
So there you have it. Take advice off a 5-year-old in Everson will be grand, and also bring a balloon. I don't know. This video was absolutely stupid. Mansplaining isn't a real thing. If feminists want everyone equal, we should all just have the same word. We should not be saying mansplaining, just be interrupting. A lot easier than that, and then you wouldn't have a lot of pissed off people. Am I right? I'm probably wrong, but whatever.